Let me tell you something uncomfortable, something most men already feel, but almost no one speaks out loud. Modern life is making men weaker. Not because men suddenly lost their inner strength. Not because discipline disappeared from the world. Not because society became softer. But because comfort became too easy. Comfort used to be a luxury. Now it's a default setting. And like every default, it shapes your identity even when you're not paying attention. The Stoics warned about this thousands of years ago. They said the moment your environment becomes too soft, your mind follows. And when your mind becomes soft, everything else collapses. But this isn't a motivational speech. This is a wake-up call. Because weakness doesn't appear suddenly, it creeps in quietly, disguised as convenience, disguised as you deserve to relax, disguised as why make things harder than they need to be? Comfort is no longer a reward. It's a cage. And most men don't even realize they're inside it. The problem is simple: the human mind evolved for adversity. For danger. For uncertainty. For challenge. But none of that exists today, at least not in physical form. Instead of hunting, we click. Instead of pursuing, we scroll. Instead of struggling, we repeat. Instead of building strength, we chase dopamine. And when a man receives rewards without effort, his brain slowly shuts down the mechanisms that create purpose. Comfort kills ambition. Comfort kills courage. Comfort kills masculinity in the most fundamental sense, the ability to endure, to advance, to carry weight. Most men aren't unhappy because they're working too hard. They're unhappy because they aren't working hard enough. Deep inside, every man wants to feel like he's capable of something difficult, something heavy, something meaningful. But comfort removes that possibility by numbing the instinct. You don't have to move to survive. You don't have to fight to earn anything. You don't have to chase what you want. You don't even have to think, everything is automated. But here's the truth the modern world hides: a life without struggle leaves you powerless. Because men aren't shaped by ease. They're shaped by resistance. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the obstacle is the way, not because he enjoyed suffering, but because he understood that a life without friction produces a man without form. And today's comfort is a different kind of enemy, not dramatic, not violent, but quiet. It doesn't break you. It dissolves you. You don't notice the moment you become weaker. It happens gradually, silently, the morning you choose to stay in bed. The afternoon you avoid a difficult conversation. The night you say I'll start tomorrow. The project you postpone. The promise you ignore. The dream you bury. Weakness is accumulated comfort. And the world is full of men who don't realize they are declining, not because they failed, but because they stopped trying. Comfort turns men into spectators of their own lives. They watch instead of act. They consume instead of create. They postpone instead of commit. And eventually, they forget how capable they once were. But here's the part no one tells you: strength isn't lost. It's abandoned. Which means you can reclaim it. Not through motivation. Not through hype. Not through guilt. But through exposure to challenge, voluntary, intentional, controlled discomfort. Start with small things. Take cold showers. Wake up before the sun. Read instead of scrolling. Train your body. Sit with your thoughts without distraction. Choose one thing every day that feels unpleasant, and do it anyway. Not because it's trendy. Not because it's inspirational. But because it rebuilds the connection between effort and identity. Every time you choose discomfort, you send a message to yourself: I am still in control. I am not a victim of convenience. I'm capable of enduring more than I think. This is what modern men are missing: not strength, but confrontation. Not hardship, but resistance. Not suffering, but discipline. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions or pretending to be made of steel. It's the art of choosing what builds you instead of what softens you. And comfort always softens you. But here's the twist: you don't need to abandon comfort entirely. You just need to stop worshiping it. Use comfort as a reward, not a lifestyle. Build a life where the foundation is effort and the decoration is pleasure, not the opposite. Otherwise, your life becomes a padded room where nothing challenges you, nothing scares you, nothing pushes you, nothing awakens you. Weakness isn't a flaw. It's a side effect of living a life without weight. So if you feel disconnected, lost, passive, slow, unmotivated, it's not because you're broken. It's because you're under-challenged. A strong man isn't the one who lifts the most weight. He's the one who carries responsibility. Who chooses the harder path. Who practices discomfort voluntarily. Who moves even when it's easier to stay still. Who steps forward when comfort tells him to step back. Every great man in history understood one thing: you cannot build strength in a comfortable world. You have to build it within yourself. Comfort will always be there, soft, warm, easy. But meaning is hiding on the other side of effort. And one day, you'll look back and realize, comfort was never the enemy. Your dependence on it was. When you choose challenge over ease, discipline over pleasure, purpose over distraction, you stop being shaped by the world and start shaping yourself. This is how modern men become strong again. Not by changing society. Not by running from comfort. But by mastering themselves. Comfort weakens the man who worships it. But it strengthens the man who controls it. Which one do you want to be?